Hi, this is Mia. I don't know why my computer's not charged. Let's see. We just unplugged it, so it should be charged. Oh, I unplugged the whole thing because there was a thunderstorm. Alright, I don't even see the plug. That's why. Um, I'm feeling really strong, guys, about my intuition right now, and I'm sharing that with you. Let me put my weight in. I got weighed, dressed. I was like 174, something ridiculous yesterday, and I'm still doing raw foods. 100% raw. I'm drinking water. I stopped eating the salt, and I wasn't even eating much nut stuff. I did eat some nuts yesterday, and maybe that's why my weight went down a couple pounds. I felt some water weight gain. I noticed one time when I wasn't doing salt, when I introduced salt, because I had this kosher salt for sprinkling on the steps for maintenance, or the complex we lived in was supposed to do, when you live in a like apartment or whatever, you're supposed to have somebody come maintain the sidewalks with de-icer and shovel it. I about fell on my butt, like on my, it's like fake wood. This person I don't like was trying to argue with me that it was real wood. It's like plastic. It almost is like plastic in old sweatshirts or something. It's like this. When it's frosty, it's super slippery. Whereas wood, especially if it's not like painted glossy wood, like even painted glossy wood has little bumps in it where you don't like necessarily slide across and fall down the stairs, Anyways, this person tried to argue with me saying that it was real wood. I'm like, you're tripping. Like, you have a whole like back patio area, and it's like, that is, touch it, it's plastic. It's made to look like wood, but it doesn't. It's like laminate. You can get tricked. Like, this is real wood. You can get tricked, but you open up the cabinet and you see the stripes, the strips. I'll say dress and dress. It's hard. Dress and dress, leggings, glasses. So I had a $20 shopping spree, Goodwill blue box. The box was really good. Actually, I need to wash everything. There's nothing I can wear. There's like a cute skirt that's, can hold it out. It's really short, and it's like a wrap around. I was thinking like a tennis skirt, but it's black. It's a size medium. I'm not even gonna try it on. There's some men's 3XL. There's a cute new with tags, and it's an extra small, and of course it's orange, my favorite color. So unfortunately, I am not able to wear anything unless I could wear the 3XL men's. There was Nike Dry Fit, Tommy Hilfiger, whatever the new tags dress. It sounded like some other company. It sounds like very similar to, not Catherine's. I don't know. It said made in China. Macy's, $99 on the tag, and it was good because the regular Goodwill will put stickers and write on the tag. So I forgot about that problem with getting stuff at the store. Oh, this is $29. Maybe I could sell it for $26. Like, been there, done that. I bought a lot once because I needed the black pants, and they were like 6 inches too long, and they were like new with tags. I ended up selling them. I don't even know. It might be still in my closet. Actually, probably are. I saw this dress. I wanted like $24 for it, and I got it in a lot. New with tags, petite rainbow, or not rainbow, butterfly, purple butterfly on black dress, sleeveless. Was it Ann Taylor Loft or something? I know Loft is cheaper, but I feel like it was Ann Taylor Loft or something like that. And I wanted like $24, and someone like offered 22, and then I ended up selling for like 6, like a year later. I was like, I didn't want to be like stingy over $2, but I didn't want them being stingy over $2. I feel this like energy. I feel like it's that time of the month. I feel angry that we had to do this George Floyd. That we had to do this George Floyd trial and watch this guy walk away with handcuffs on, because he's alive, he's breathing, his heart's beating. If he has family and friends, you know, they're going to be like, oh, our loved one is getting taken to jail, but we can go visit him and talk on the phone. Like, George Floyd's family, none of us can talk to George, you know, face to face ever again. It's not right. And what about all these people and kids who watched this happen? It's traumatizing. I'm traumatized from fights that happened in my school. I got punched from some girls that were fighting, and I should have gone to the principal's office and turned them in. But again, being black, you're like, it's my word against theirs, and I turned stuff in, and me and my kids have had stuff where other people reported a crime against us, assaults, thefts, damage to our property. Other people witnessed it, turned it in, and then me and my son will get in trouble for it. This happened when someone stole my homework in school. I'm the one who missed recess and had to go in, sit in the counselor's office. I'm a detective. I knew who stole my crap in high school and elementary school and junior high. I don't think anyone stole it in high school. I must have caught on. Stupid when your parents have money and you don't get a lot. They treat you like you're poor, but you have enough money that when you do get something, it's decent. It's not like name brand. Like, I never heard of luxury items. Like, I never heard of like Prada or anything. It's like my mom had a like for LL Bean, probably because she lived on the East Coast in Massachusetts with my dad. Okay, so Calvert County is 100 hour 44 minutes. Sometimes you do these maps and it actually ends up further. So Clear Spring, I'm looking for something within. There's no land anywhere. 2 hours and 21. So it's like if we get an Appalachian. Oh, that was like $5,000 a year for a trailer park setting. It's Allegheny, Calvert. Even this stuff is out of. I tried to buy this lot for $25,000, and nobody would. It took us forever just to find the address for it, and then I want to do an offer, pay cash for it, and nobody got back to me. And I'm like, first come, first serve, but it sucks because I was in line for. I've been trying to get that for months. It was online, and now it's not online. We went and looked at it finally. I'll tell you something. There was a tiny house next to it that had an air conditioner and a meter. So it looked like it had some kind of vehicle. I don't know if it was a boat or something in the yard, or it didn't look like it was growed up. And it didn't look like there was anyone there. Like a car in front that they could have lived there. There was a new house here that faced this lot. I don't know why. Maybe because the road goes this way. It's like you don't want to buy a quarter acre and have somebody in this 2-3 story house mansion looking down on you. Like, it's like if they were facing that way, or that was like a garage side or something, because we thought there was either waterfront and or farmland or fields over there, and it looked like this guy's septic was just getting sent into this yard. And the reason I didn't press it too hard was because we couldn't figure out, no one would tell us that there's a percolation test. And then I had suspected, which may or may not be, that one of my boyfriend's ex may live in that very small neighborhood or small town, and I'm like, but this is the thing about the property. Who cares if these people, you get some fast growing arborvitae It was a plot like this, and we walked as far as we could. In fact, I went there twice. It was when it was still cold. I wish I'd gone farther because it was before there's ticks. I don't know, just always ticks. But there was like a fence here, like a, not a chain link, but the just like a grid, like those rollout ones. I feel like there was a bunch of trees. There wasn't that many trees. There was trees over here in the back part, and then there was a clump of beautiful trees, big old trees, and there was like right in the middle, pretty much off to the right if you're facing the wall this way, and this house is facing you this way. This house is facing that way. It is literally a tiny house, like smaller than a garage. I was like, can I build one of those here? Um, there was a road. Was it a dirt? I think it was a dirt road here, and I feel like there was very little space between the road and those clump of trees. So I'm like, can you do like a mini house that's kind of like curved, or like I don't like L shape really, but can you do a house like that to maintain the trees? And in reality, if I was in the middle of nowhere and I had all this land and I said I want to build a cabin here and do that, what would it be, guys? To have a tree over your house, people are like, oh my god, his limbs might fall on it. I was like, that's true. Or way close to the road and off to the side, but then who knows what other stuff's going on this dirt road. Who knows if people use it as a turnaround and your house is going to be literally like shaking every time. You know, not just your neighbor and the mail people come, but every time somebody comes down that road. So it was a little bit too small. It was the cheapest. Let's try to heat this up. I only have 2 of these left after this one. It's a raw vegan cinnamon roll. I don't know what the filling is. I'm scared to ask. I might have seen it on Etsy. There's this is, it tastes like kind of like a raw dough. No, it's like banana rolled with the filling in between the banana. Well, it looks like, I'm gonna put it back in there. Like, man, so not wasted. Okay, I guess to warm it up on 114. Let me turn it up. Ah, there you go. Last time I was at this weight was when I was eating the raw noodles every day with cashew nut butter, and I quit the cashew nut butter. Already working for the county, already cleaning house or bed and breakfast, already having the census and the census job, and my hair's still there. I mean, my boyfriend came home early. I gotta leave soon, actually. And then the post office. You get breaks every 2 hours. So you don't really have, when you're that tired, you go from one job at 6 a.m. to home, and then go back to another job at 3 p.m. It's hard to make a lot of food, but we got a break every 2 hours. And a lunch, like usually the first break's a lunch, which I think is silly. If you're working 8 hours, like, you want like the second or third break to be lunch, but it's 15 minutes if you had to use the bathroom and grab some tea or make a quick phone call. Goes really fast. So you don't necessarily want to eat your lunch if you ate before you went to work. It's kind of silly. Anyways, I always felt like a rush. It was hard sitting in there with nobody wearing a mask and dirty tables. It was hard in there. I'm not kidding you guys. All these jobs I'm talking about are really hard. Even my doctor, job is hard because I want to really get to the root of the problem and do a lot of research. And the patient said, oh, I don't want to pay $50, $150, or $300 for 3 hours. Like, it's just like, when I see you face to face, I ask questions, I'm already thinking and making plans. But you don't realize before and after the appointment how much I'm putting into it. Like, I'm going to go rent a space for somebody. I had to pay either $20 or $60 for the day, or for the hour, $20 an hour. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, if you only want to pay $49, it's like, and I gotta drive across the state to go rent this building. It's not like my building, it's like I had to rent it by the hour, and if they happen to be late or something, I had to add another $20, or come back there, it's gonna be $30 gas. I'm gonna start charging for the gas. Charged 56 cents. Anyways. I couldn't sleep, man, last night and this morning. I'm really disappointed. I had a notary job yesterday, and I have gotten a lot of calls for notary jobs. And this job in particular, I wrote down on a piece of paper what the job was supposed to be. When I got there, when I looked into it, I had, what did I do with my bag anyways? There it is. When I looked into it, I had the job being needing 2 witnesses, and they said they have one. I was like, I could read. I don't know if it needs to be notarized. I don't have the documents. If it needs to be notarized and witnessed, I'm not going to do both. And then it's like the other witness is a family member, and I'm not sure what you're trying to do. So we need to do the. I'll bring a witness, and I ended up. There's a bunch of papers. It was really awkward because the papers were. Some of them were numbered, like page 4, but like 1, 2, 3, like none of the other pages were numbered. So I'm like, I don't want to sign this one page and then have them attach it to something else that I'll probably write. I have some journals. What I ought to do, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to staple a piece of paper to my actual book so I can keep it in there and write all that out. That's what I'm going to do. So this person, what do you do when you're charging for signature, but there's an initial, he's like a signature, and then they had 2 more documents, like, oh, this is for this person's not there, and it didn't even look like that person needed to be there. It looked like the person signing it was to give that person some kind of permission. So it didn't have it, so they both signed it. It just had their name, and then the name was spelled wrong on a stack of documents. And while they were taking their time on the phone and doing all this, I just took upon myself to start flipping through the documents again. Because they're like, wait, we're going to do this later. We're just like, well, I got an appointment. And I have brought a witness. I'm taking 1 or 2 hours of my witness time. You know, we're not getting paid minimum wage, you know, times 2 people. And so basically, I ended up flipping through. And I was like, I guess, I mean, maybe I could sign it, like, it's a typo. Maybe I could sign it. No, I'm not going to stamp it. I was like, you know what? Like, well, can you stamp it and then come back when I fix it? And I was thinking to myself, I'm going to have to charge you twice. Like, no, I see that there's error. I didn't print the documents, but if I were to notarize it with the error, that's just wrong. That's like, if you print a medical record, and your patient's name and everything's okay in the system, but you spelled their husband's name wrong, and you could write an addendum and say, hey, you printed this for their other care team, and oh, hey, I just saw a misprint in there. It's just an addendum. Because you can't go back and fix closed my electronic health record. You can't go back and delete it or change it or alter it. You can only add documents to it and view it. So once you sign, before you sign it, you fix and proofread stuff. So that's where I was like, no, I'm not going to put my name on something that I know. It's not like the name was probably written like 20 times wrong. It's not like, hey, I flipped through something and I missed, everything was correct, but one spelling was wrong. And I notarized it, and then I had to look through and say, oh shoot, this page is wrong. You reprint that page. When we did paper charts as a doctor, you wrote one line with your initials. But it's kind of vague. So that's what I'm talking about, guys. This is not how I want to see. You know what I mean? Like, because we're waiting for these people. It should take 10 minutes. They should have it. They should have it read and prepared. They can get their own sticky notes that say sign here, notarize here, witness here. So you're not, as a notary, you're not supposed to go through their stuff. Like, I feel like you should go through it, just like I said, if there's any errors, if the name doesn't match the driver's license, the address doesn't match the driver's license, you have to go home. I don't have time to wait. You don't have a printer, because we can only charge a certain amount. I'm not offering to print it for a fee. You have to go to the office store and email it to them or whatever, however you do it. Get your own printer to work. Go to an attorney, which these people didn't look like they went to an attorney. Maybe they did, I don't know. It's none of my business, but you need to have somebody. Just think to yourself what you would do if you were those people. And you're rushing around and you're trying to deal with life. But I told my boyfriend, I was talking blah, 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 blah. I said, you know what, I'm speaking out loud, and part of it is that I'm thinking of how to set boundaries and say, hey, I did have another appointment, and I couldn't even come in the house and use the bathroom between appointments, and I had a class. So the signing thing was at 2. I had a class at 3, which ended up being a focus group that they asked you questions. You had to interact, and it was really awkward because I jumped on. I ended up a half hour late. So 2 to 3, I thought, oh, it's right up the street. It'll only take a half hour. Even if they're not organized, the person was late getting back here, and so it was my other appointment. I had to drive through at 3:40, and I didn't get home. I probably got home at 5 or 4:40, probably 5, and then they called me back at like 8. I was sound asleep with the ringer off. I didn't respond. They said, can you come back? Maybe you can't come back. When can you come tomorrow? We have some plans today. I actually almost forgot that I have plans. I gotta leave in an hour actually. Today, and so it's awkward. Like, I was like, yeah, I'm available today or tomorrow, but it's like, at the rate things are, and the fact that I had to work my other job all weekend, and last week I missed one day, and then I missed a day because my supervisor said to take the day off, because I had to go over the bridge, so I missed hours from that, and I'm tired from driving 2 hours and having a 2-hour appointment, which I'm not getting paid for the 2 hours. Like, if they were paying a parking meter, they would have got a ticket. You know, that's so hard. But so I had to set boundaries. I had to say, hey, I could have one appointment a month, and I could say, hey, I got 30 minutes from 2 to 2:30. If you're here late, then you can do it between 2:20 and 2:30, then fine. If not, I go home. You find somewhere else, or I come back the other day, but you still have to pay me the mileage, because no one wants to just burn up gas going around to work for someone not get paid. You know, I mean, you go to work and I'm paying in for my job since it's so low in pay. Every 2 days I fill up the gas tank for like 30 bucks and I'm getting like not much more than $30 a day. So I'm literally half of my everyday at my other job, half of my hours is spent on gas to get there. That is the most stupidest thing. Like, Mia, are you that insane? And now all these bills went through on my app for my credit card. All these bills went through, and I end up, let's see, is this that person? But he didn't need to be sending us a text at 7:30. Sinking boats removed. I was like, dang, I already told my supervisor that. His picture's a lot better than mine. It's okay. He's sent everyone. I'm wide awake if I'm mad that somebody sent a text at 7:30 in the morning. Me and this guy share this job. I didn't even hear it. I wanted to yesterday or today. I said I could come back. I said, text me. I have some other stuff to do. Text me so that I don't miss a phone call so that I know what's going on. I was sound asleep. I saw the text. Sometimes I saw the text at 9:55 p.m. I almost responded, but I don't want to say that. That's okay. I don't necessarily advertise as 24 hours, even though I'm willing to do something 24 hours. Like if I had someone that had like 24 hours in advance set up for 7:30 in the morning, I'd probably be there right now. But I don't want to do it last minute. If the state doesn't allow you to charge a fee, after hours fee, then it's not worth it. And unfortunately, someone's gonna have to figure out how to get the state to get. I mean, come on, $4 a signature plus $1 for the copies. Come on, silly. Like, these people would never work for that. It's gonna take you an hour of your time. And if you have one thing to sign, it's going to be $4. Like, we're not salary workers. We're not working at the bank for our wage or for, you know what I mean? I don't even know if I told my supervisor that that boat was done. I feel like, dang it. I don't think I told him. Shoot, this guy beat me to it. Oh, man, I feel like competitive all of a sudden. Let me pause this because I'm like feeling overwhelmed. Alright, it's Mia. So I started some laundry. So I was talking about the name brands. I don't really look at name brands as, oh great, those are name brands. I want to have somebody walk around with the guys, like my mom would say, name on your butt. But I feel like some name brands, you know what to expect with the size. For me, people are like, oh, you should get these other kind of boots. You should get this other kind of coat. Try to get another pair of shoes or boots. They don't fit right. They don't have any arch support. Like, no ankle support. Too wide, too narrow, too pinchy. Doc Martens are not necessarily very comfortable when you get them. I also have tried to get, I don't know if it's a Kohl's brand or something. I feel like Kohl's extra large rain jacket. I think it had open pockets on the side, which is really stupid for a raincoat. You need a flap. Like, you need a snap and a flap or a zipper pocket. I have a big leather coat like that. Unfortunately, something happened to some of my leather stuff. Anyways, I can't take it back from the dump. I had this coat be super narrow in the shoulders, and I think it was snug the rest of the way. I said that I got a coat like that. It was, what was that kid's brand? A raincoat. Not Buster Brown. It was, not London Fog. I don't think it was London Fog. What is that brand that kids wear? Sometimes I think of those kangaroo shoes. Or anyways, it was some brand that's been around. I got this coat at Fred Meyer. It was like, supposed to be $99. It was half off. And it had a nice looking raincoat, medium length hood, which is weird. You don't have a raincoat without a hood. Snaps. I mean, they have stuff like that. Snap pockets. And the underarms broke. And I was trying to wear this to clinic. So I just have a really wide, that area. And because the coat was red, the inside liner was padded white. So you just see this big hole in your arm. I was trying to wear it. And then I sewed it up like this. Like a spiral. So I didn't know how to do a hidden stitch, or because it was lined and padded, I didn't know how to sew it up. So I had this like non-matching red thread that was really ropey, and I was like, oh my gosh. My daughter says, I still have that coat. I think my daughter says, Mom, just tear the sleeves off and reattach it with safety pins, and then you'll just fit in Portland. I didn't have enough safety pins. I might have bought some actually, but I'm like, I never got around to that. It's on my highly susceptible thing to do. As long as something doesn't press on you and all the pins open up on your arm. So yeah, name brands, mail order. Oh, I know what size I wear. I know it's gonna be short and long, or you know. And sometimes I got Gloria Vanderbilt regulars, and they were way too long. Like these, I only wore once because I look like a bag lady. I'm like, awkward. Those pants are not cheap. I'm sure I got this flowery pattern that makes it look dirty. I got another one from Kohl's once. The flower gold on denim. It looked really cute. But I had to wash my clothes. I tried to wash it inside out. I still washed away the gold. So they just look dingy. When they were new, they looked like antiqued. I don't know. Imagine an old red. These pants were denim, but a red dining room with a chandelier and gold lacy print on the walls, like shiny gold. I heard on the radio, these were white people that said that they only wash their jeans every couple months. And I was like, at this time we were using laundromat. We had to pay a lot of money, and I was extremely broke. And we wore their pants once, and they went in the dirty clothes. It wasn't until I started working 20 hours a day that I couldn't wash, or had uniform where you had to buy your own uniform, and there's no uniform clothes. Like you're scouring around the internet looking for this certain pattern. So I had, I'd get super itchy, like wearing my pants like 3 times. Like it's not even that we were wearing them all day, but we were wearing out in public. I'm gonna come home and put them in the dirty clothes, put a dress on. Like, any germs from outside, any bugs, anything, any oils, dirt from the ground. You walk through parks, there's dog poop. I don't want that back in the closet with my nightgown, you know. What's that noise? Well, they said, oh, we only wash our pants every 2 or 3 months. Like, when I wash my pants, they get that, like, almost new look. And the knee holes aren't dented out, and it goes back to the shape. So I was, who the heck's cutting the grass this early in the morning? I'm gonna stop the video. I made some tea. I didn't put the honey in. I did some red cloves. I have some dip. I have no raw crackers. I might have one more thing of raw carrots, or dry carrots. I'm going to eat them and not get them anymore, because I don't think they're raw. They're dried. But it doesn't say dehydrated under a certain temperature. Stuff was frozen. There was dry ice and regular ice. So when I got the package, there was no dry ice. It said 10 pounds of dry ice on the package, but the package was empty. I was like, oh, I wanted to play with it. So there's a bunch of ice over here in this like space pack thing. This is a really nice bag. And the ice in it, I don't know if it's water or gel, but I'm about to. It won't fit in the freezer. I'm about to keep that stuff. Oh yeah, I was in with prepping. So half of me was thinking, oh, if we go fishing, we'll have some ice packs. We don't have to buy ice if we don't have a kitchen. We have to leave this fish stuff in the car and then process it the next day. You don't have a kitchen. You don't have a counter to lay out your fish and handle it. Put it in the pan. Eat it for dinner. We had to go out and get the hose and find cutting boards and take it out to the sidewalk. Use headlamps in the middle of the night. And you don't have a place to put your fish heads, and because you're using your landlord's garbage. And there's a dog out there, and I have to keep that fish heads and throw them away on trash night or trash morning, or throw them back, keep them fresh and throw them back in the water. Like, I don't know. It's awkward when you don't have your own space. Because even if you had your own space, you have some sort of porch or area that's not the ground where the dog poops, to build yourself a little cart table where you can keep the knives, sanitizing, keep, some form of water or spigot over there. I mean, if you had your own place, you most likely would have a kitchen. If you had your own place and your landlord, you didn't have your own place and you live in a place where your landlord said they're going to build a kitchen, and they don't for 2 years, of course they're not going to build a kitchen. They have tons of other people living here, and they didn't build a kitchen for them. Duh. Don't you think that's people like eating out of a free bread box every day? Like, not complaining, but it's like rotten food that's already made. You don't have any place to cook your own. You do the same thing. You're on the floor. Anyways, prepping, fishing, going to the grocery store or the store across the river to get some juice or a salad. Is a treat. Put it in a cooler, especially in the summer. Drive home if you have to go to the park or have to go meet patients at a facility that had to pay $50 for. Because I think you had to pay $29 for the day, and $29 for the day, and then plus $20 an hour for a room. And the prepping part is the stuff hits the fan, electricity goes out. It doesn't have to be a grid down situation. They could be doing work on the power line. This person will flip on and off our switch. It's our switch. I think it's doing it just to mess with us. No line. You can hear it right under us. Click, click. They only do one switch. They don't do all the switches. They don't say, oh, let me contact them. I had to take my test and stuff here because of that, or we had to use data. And the modem is, I can say get your own modem. The modem here is included in the rent. It's low security, so it'll probably be monitored. It's low security that our devices don't connect to it. My census computer wouldn't connect to it. If I couldn't get their wireless internet, I had to drive to the library or to the cell phone tower to do my census work. So that's not right. It's not right. It's not right. I have to do my work for my job. I'm encrypted. Use my own data. Even if it sucks if something's included in the right and it doesn't work. I have to leave soon. In a year of thrift, oh heck no. Talk about hoarding. I would be the one person. People are saying stay away from Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and all that. It dropped to 53. I bought, I think, $15 this morning. No, I bought like 15, or I don't know. I think I bought it from two different spots. I have one where I bought Bitcoin low, and then it almost doubled, then it dropped, because I didn't sell it. So if I would have sold it, my money would have doubled. It was only like a few dollars, but still, you could see the market. Another one I bought here, I guess. So then every day I was losing money on it. And I did that with a stock. I bought it in one company and it was my best one, so I bought the other one and then it dropped. So this one would either be breakthrough, or sorry, it'd be here, or a little bit higher, a little bit low, and this one would just continually drop. I can't tell you. Everything is regulating this. The government is probably going to ask on the taxes. I don't sell this stuff ever, and so I was supposed to do on Sunday, which I didn't do. I was supposed to buy a stock, like I was going to buy a stock. Say I said I was going to buy $10, and then when I saw it go up to a certain threshold, sell it and see what the fees are. But for some reason I decided to buy $20 worth of stock, this certain stock. And then when I see it go up, sell $10 worth and keep the other $10 and see what happens. So how do you sell $10 worth if it goes up? So then it would be like, what if it goes down though? What if I bought $20 and it went down to $16? What if I bought $20, it went up to 23? So then if I only bought 0.018, then I would have to divide that by 2 and sell that much stock. So I want to see, because I just did, PayPal was a 50-cent transaction for the Bitcoin, and Cash App was 39-cent transaction. So then it's like, oh shoot, you just want to, like, literally like picking up trash off the ground and quarters off the ground and converting that into something else, but you're paying for the service, and since it's not in like my wallet, it's not coming to me. The company's able to use that money until I pull it out, just like everyone else is. They're pulling all our money. So I think it kind of sucks when you have yourself pulled and you have to pay all these fees. So if I paid 50 cents, is that because I had bought a small dollar amount? If I paid 39 cents, was that a percentage, or is it? It says, I think some of them like 0 through $4, $4.99 is this much or whatever. So if I had buy $1,000 worth, would the fees be $300, $39? Like, that's ridiculous. Like, maybe not. But if I sell it, what if it sells it for, say, $1 plus 50%? And then it's like, oh, you got $20, it went to $23. You want your $1.50. So would you want the $1.50, or say you want your $1.50? So then you get back your 10 plus the $1.50, or yeah. So $11.50, you earned only $1.50, but what if the fees are $2? Then you just lost 50 cents when you should have put $1.50 in your wallet. If that was $10 earnings, $100 earnings, $1,000 earnings, are you going to do the same thing? So then you'd have to know with this certain app, when is the threshold of when the fees don't. It's not like, I might be, but I don't know if it's like, oh, it's going to be 3% or 1% of everything. People don't like doing 1%. You can do a 1% sale. I made a 1% sale on eBay. right now.